In our latest Proper Football Live Show podcast, we asked Billericay Town Chairman Greg Lake how difficult sustainability is in non-league football. And this is what he had to say.
Last week, I pronounced it, Alfredson Football Club actually put it to their fans, would they mind if we dropped a couple of tiers down? It's like amazing. I mean, you know, obviously robustly said no, but the fact that the club wanted to do that publicly, and it was public, you know, they have not hid the fact that they want to be relegated, obviously means the club got financial difficulties.
Yeah,
but the thing is, like, if they allowed it, if they allowed that to happen, they probably wouldn't have a team because they'd have to get a whole new team. Because I can't see any of them players wanting to drop down 2 divisions.
No.
Been playing in that one. You know,
they must be quite deep in it, in my view, and I would imagine the fans probably must be a little bit worried. I mean, what a thing to come out. If you'd have come out with that, Greg, look, you know, that would tell me, and I'm sure you agree, that you are in very serious financial poo.
Yeah, but it does happen, of course. I mean, we're not.
Yeah,
but you know, even this season, and I don't know if there's any Billericay fans. Good evening to you if you are on here. But you know, as owners, we've been accused of not putting the money in and actually wanting to be relegated because we were bottom of the league, and so the suspicion is that you want to go down. You know, fans are always looking for reasons why you're in the position you're in, and so you know, it's a natural assumption, and no fan wants to get relegated, but it's not necessarily their money that they're putting in. They're paying season tickets, but sadly, even at our level, you know, the money that comes in from fans coming through the gates isn't really enough to sustain a team in the kind of levels that we're playing at. And so I understand why Alfredton are doing that, and you're right, they must be in serious financial difficulties. But what's the alternative? Unless they can get somebody to buy the club who's got more money, where's the money coming from? And you know, fans, in a conversation like this, a fan would understand it. But when it's your own club, the last thing you want to hear is that you're in financial difficulties and you can't afford to be in the league you're in. I mean, let's face it, Callie and I, you know, Callie played for Derby. I'm a Derby fan. And look at the mess that we're in now because somebody spent money they didn't have.
Yeah.
So I understand where they're coming from.
I mean, if you manage to get promoted into the National League, I mean, obviously, I was speaking to Gary about it. You're more or less on the same level as League Two.
Yes.
There's hardly any difference. And I've got to say, you've probably got better facilities at your place than some of the football clubs in League Two. So I understand what you're saying, you know, about having to get quite a few new players in and your wage bill's going to go up. But that's the only way you can do it these days, isn't it?
Well, and the other thing there, Callie, is so if you manage to get into the National League, then you've got another debate about do you go full-time or not? You know, at the moment, we're part-time. But a lot of the sides, you know, you may well talk about, you know, the top of the National League South. And it's probably 50-50 at the moment in our league as to whether people are full-time or part-time. But if you get it,
former league clubs there, isn't there? That's the thing in the National League now. It's full of former league clubs now, isn't it?
Yeah, and clubs who've got deeper pockets than we've got.
Yeah.
You know, but we would have to if we did get promoted, we'd have to think about going full-time because, you know, training 2 nights a week, which is what the part-time clubs do, doesn't put you on a par with teams that are training virtually every day.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Is it most of the top 4? Are they all full time in your league?
I think at least 3 of them are. Yeah.
So it is making
certainly they and there are teams that have spent more money. Money doesn't necessarily guarantee success, but it certainly helps. And so, you know, I mean, the Dorking story is a great one, but you know, Mark's got a lot of money. He's bonkers, but he does have a lot of money. I think you've met him there, haven't you? Or spoken to him.
Mark, I've spoke to Mark, and because we're hoping to get him on and whatnot, because that's an amazing story from their early beginnings in 22 years ago, where they were just 14 lads chipping in a fiver. But I listened to a recent interview he did, and he don't want to go full time, even if they went up. He even said, "I'd love to try and see if we could go into League Two and still stay part time."
Yeah, and it's a money thing, you know. And Mark's put a lot of money in there. To be fair to him, I mean, he's as mad as a bag of frogs. And if you do get money, I suggest you have a delay and a bleep machine. But he's good value. But that's the dilemma for us all. You know, we all want success, of course we do. But there's financial implications of that, and one of the big ones is, of course, going full time, because you then have to have players who are only drawing their salaries from football. At the moment, you know, we've got people playing for us who actually have very good jobs, and therefore it's just bonus money for them. There are some who are doing it for the money, but they tend to be the younger ones. But of course, when you go full time, you need a better standard player who's just reliant on you as a football club.
To watch the full episode of this Proper Football Live show with Billericay Town co-owner Greg Lake, check out our YouTube channel.